He's got the most confident swagger in the business, and who could blame him? Even compared to other Hollywood stars, Brad Pitt's life is utterly charmed. Blessed with looks that make women go weak at the knees and partnered with the equally stunning Angelina Jolie. Together they balance their happy brood of children with careers that go from strength to strength. But when I spent some time with him in Tokyo this week, the man who has it all dropped a bombshell. At the peak of his fame, the world's biggest film star is ready to call it a day. They're the world's most telegenic couple. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were born to walk the red carpet. And with close to 100 movies between them, they certainly know how to work a room. Do you like this? Is this the fun part or the hard part of filmmaking?
No, it's not. I mean, it's nice just letting it go. You know, like, it's been years in the making, so it's nice just to release it.
Brad and Angelina are in Tokyo for the premiere of his latest film, Moneyball, a movie about baseball that's already getting Oscar talk.
There are rich teams, and there are poor teams. Then there's 50 feet of crap, and then there's us.
Do you get a lot of kudos making a film like this with your kids, a baseball film?
I get more mileage with the zombie film.
Ladies, gentlemen, let's see who wins the prize for keeping their cool. Simon says, everybody down on the floor.
After more than 20 years at the top of his game, with one of the most recognisable bodies of work and faces in the world...
Sleep with me.
Absolutely.
The most surprising thing about this 47-year-old superstar is how uncomfortable he is with any sort of scrutiny.
How old are you?
7, but I look a lot older.
Did you ever think that at some time in the future that the world would be watching your every move, that they'd be interested in your every step? Was that your
I don't
quest?
think the world is that interested. I think it sells some publications, and so I think there's a good factory around it, you know.
When you, if you ever, first accepted or realised that you were being treated like a superstar, even if it was as a commodity to sell magazines, how did you deal with that fame?
I didn't deal with it very well for a good 10 years or 7 years. I didn't know what to do with it. I found it very discombobulating. I didn't think that far ahead, you know. I love films, so I wanted to be a part of films.
So when you say you didn't do too well with it, I mean, what happened? How did you lead your life?
I hid, you know. I just started sequestering myself in a way that I got rather sick of.
What got you out of it?
Just that, just you know, the realization I don't want to, you know, I don't want to keep doing this.
You don't want to keep hiding?
Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point? I'm not enjoying this, so what's the point?
Beyond the flashbulbs and the cinema smile, the Brad Pitt we meet today seems fed up with stardom. It's not hard to see why. With Angelina and their supporting cast of 6 children, the world has gone crazy for this glamour family. Obviously, great success was the real risk of the career path you took. But it's not a choice your kids have made, is it? I mean, how do they cope with the scrutiny and being under the spotlight?
Their idea is that when they go out, you know, beyond the gate, because we have to live behind a gate, there's people standing there in line with, you know, like, with cameras that try and take your picture. I mean, their idea is that everyone has to deal with that.
Everyone?
Sure, because that's the world as they know it. Now, our older ones are getting a little more savvy.
And that is, I'd assume, such a different upbringing to the one you experienced.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit?
A little bit.
Do you worry about them? You know what?
Sure, I worry. It's the only thing that, you know, I get hot about, that I'm ready to fight about. But on the other hand, you know, it's a trade-off like anything. There's a great trade-off, and these guys, I'm so happy for them because they get to see the world, and their lives are so enriched by it. The privacy issues are, you know, something we're always battling. But, you know, it is true that a couple of ours do not like it. You know, they don't like it, and I'm sure that'll color them in some interesting way.
They won't become paparazzi or journalists, you don't think?
Or maybe they will.
Maybe they will.
Doesn't the abused become the abuser?
Oh.
Come on, it's not that serious, but, you know.
Do you sometimes feel it?
Huh?
Do you sometimes feel that?
No, we're getting far. I was joking. I was making a joke.
While the greatest casualty of their privilege is privacy, experience means this week, arriving in Tokyo, this family faced the paparazzi like a well-oiled machine. Do you and Angelina have an antidote at home to make life as normal as possible?
It's not even an antidote. It is, I mean, family's family, isn't it? When you're around, you know, trying to make breakfast for everyone, it seems to be the same.
And trying to get some sleep and...
Yeah, sleep is a foregone conclusion in ours, but in our home, but later.
Yeah.
Not that interested. I mean, because those late nights are so fun when one of them's up, or those mornings when they want to get up and, you know, make pancakes or something. That's what it's about.
You enjoy the chaos?
Obviously.
How big do you want your brood to be?
You know, I don't know that we're finished. I don't know yet. I don't know.
Yeah. Have they changed you as an actor?
Of course.
In what way?
I'm supposed to say how. I'm supposed to explain what.
Yeah, of course you are. You don't get an easy ride.
Yeah. If I'm choosing a film now, I want it to be maybe less immature than things I've done in the past. I know that I'm very conscious they're going to see it when they're adults. I want it to mean something to them. I want them to think that's all right. You know, so on and so forth. It changes everything, everything. And it's so damn interesting.
Hey, Daddy, do you think you'll lose your job?
What?
Well, I go on the internet sometimes.
Brad Pitt's latest movie choice will most likely make his kids proud and could be his best yet.
They call it Moneyball. I think that he bought a ticket on the Titanic.
In Moneyball, he plays real-life Billy Beane, the general manager of the financially strapped Oakland A's baseball team.
My job is to take this team to a championship. I need more money.
Out of sheer necessity, he finds a better way of choosing a winning team, using science to identify the strengths in undervalued players and turning the tables on the rich clubs.
You may not look like a winning team, but you are one. So, play like one tonight.
It appealed to his loathing of injustice and his passion for sport, any sport. We brought you a gift.
I see some cricket going on over there.
You
Yes.
know what it is, yeah.
I know that much.
Here's a bat.
I'll make one of my kids Sherpa it.
Here's a hat.
Man, they're really heavy, aren't
Yeah. And here's some stumps. So it's a game the whole family can
they?
play.
Fantastic. Thank you very
That's
much.
a pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm a player, and you got to cut me from the roster.
No.
Go. What do you mean, no?
No.
Part of the job, man.
Critics love his performance, perhaps because it strikes such a personal chord. It's hard to believe, but Brad Pitt was once an underdog too.
Jack's office.
I had my first film audition. I called them, said, how do I do? And they said, have you ever thought about acting school? So, you know, I had that point where it went, oh, so I was shit today. Okay. I thought I was progressing all right. So I had to reevaluate. And so I got to learn more. I'll figure it out.
Hey, you're a good listener. You listened. You took the advice.
Well, the sad thing is I was already in acting classes.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Look at you today.
Yeah.
As a bushwhacking guerrilla army, we're going to be doing one thing and one thing only. Killing Nazis.
Maybe it's easy to say today, but looking back, the Pitt wow factor has always shone on screen.
What are you thinking?
I was thinking how nothing lasts. What a shame that is.
Anyone can see the camera loves him, and it seems so do his co-stars. There was his engagement to Gwyneth Paltrow, his 5-year marriage to Jennifer Aniston, and now...
How often do you have sex?
I don't understand the question.
Angelina Jolie, the mother of his children. But this is dangerous territory. I've been warned, the Pitt women are a touchy subject. There's been great speculation on your private life, in particular your past high-profile relationships. Are you prepared to say right here and right now that your one true love is
stop,
George
no.
Clooney?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not prepared to say that. In fact, I'm a little upset.
What, the thought?
They're all my loves, don't you know? George, Matt, Cheadle, they're all my loves.
Yeah. Look, I promise I won't tell him, but, you know, out of you and George, who is the sexiest man alive?
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say me. I'm gonna say me.
It's silly stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all in good fun.
It is in good fun.
Yeah.
But have you fought against that pretty boy tag, the sex symbol stuff, or do you embrace it?
Well, it's the thing I was describing earlier. It gives you an opportunity, you know, as soon as you get categorized as pop, you can turn around and come back with some classic rock or something. So the limits are actually, you know, become a nice setup.
The strengths, yeah.
Well, you can surprise. In my business, you know, discovery's a big part of it.
And I'll cock his head back like so. And if I don't like his attitude, I will...
If Brad Pitt wants us to be surprised, then he's left the best, and for his fans, the worst, till last.
My God, what just happened?
At the height of his fame and game, he's preparing to turn his back on acting. How much longer would you like to do your business for?
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
And then what happens after 3 years?
Hell if I know. Hell if I know. I'm really enjoying the producerial side and development of stories and putting those pieces together and getting stories to the plate that might have had a tougher time otherwise. So, you know, I've gotten away with a few things, and I've been pissed off about a few things. How's that?
Well, do you want to tell me what? What have you got away with, and what have you been pissed off by?
Oh, dear God. Come on. I'm going to pass on that one.
You once said there are 3 terrible karmas: beauty, wealth and fame. They're the things that stop you finding true happiness.
Yeah,
that would make you one very unhappy man, wouldn't it?
Yeah, what was it again?
It's beauty, wealth and fame.
Yeah. I vaguely remember this. Listen, I'm a heathen, so I don't know who I'm quoting most of the time.
That's okay. I guess the point is, are you happy or unhappy?
I'm not I think happiness is overrated, truthfully. I do. I think it's sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're not. There's too much pressure to be happy. I don't really give a shit. I know I will be at times, and I know I won't be at times. Satisfied, at peace. Those would be more goals for myself.
So, is Brad Pitt content today?
Content. Okay, I'll go with content. I dare say so. I probably won't be next week.
But then you will be the week after,
But then I'll be the week after, so I'm content with that.